So under intelligent automation, the subtopics that we've got in the learning path, trying to refresh my own memory. We've got IoT, we've got blockchain in there. And then we've got an intelligent automation 101. What are some of the topics that are in the 101?
Well, I mean, definitely robotic process.
Yeah.
It's a business process automation. Also, the way I think of intelligent automation is I look at the different categories of automation.
Okay.
Repetitive work, AI-assisted work.
I think that'd be perfect. Okay. All right, great. So Setrag, thank you for once again coming down and letting us pick your brain. My question for today is what the process professionals need to know about intelligent automation.
Absolutely. And again, there are these two aspects of it, the intelligence. Of course, immediately we think of artificial intelligence and cognitive, and then the automation. Let me approach it, and this is very relevant for the business process professionals from work perspective, right? And so you have in any enterprise, especially mid-sized, large organizations, work which is quite repetitive, whether it's done involving humans on the front office, mid office, back office, or sometimes even done automatically. So you have repetitive work, and there in the intelligent automation aspect, there is the analysis and the automation of the repetitive work, sometimes involving humans, supervised or unsupervised.
In between systems, all different opportunities.
Absolutely. And there is the emergence of this very interesting area. I get asked about it all the time, which is robotic process automation, right? And it's really targeting the repetitive work, and there, as I said, there are so many different categories of that. And a lot of the things that workers do, when you do, for example, discovery, how do they get this process done, their tasks done on their desktops, there is repetition. They copy data, they go from one screen to the other, etc. Same happens sometimes in between systems that you have to reconcile various databases or systems of record. So robotic process automation is a pillar of intelligent automation, one of the most important that automates repetitive work, and it can become part of your overall end-to-end process. So you can have steps in the or specific tasks that you delegate or ask the robot to do it for robotic process automation. Now, when the human gets involved, so that's the next category. You have now the ability to do intelligent automation by really leveraging artificial intelligence to assist the work. And that's an incredible term. We're seeing that even in the consumer market, Alexa, Siri, all this. So imagine when you're doing your work, you have an intelligent assistant, and sometimes they even have avatars and other mechanisms, is coming and helping you, knowing the context, understanding when you're talking with a customer, even from their chat and exchange and IMs, the sentiment and the issues and the context of that customer.
And maybe offering other suggestions, other offerings.
Absolutely. In that particular context, who the customer is, what their history, what are their likes, what are the different events in their lives, etc. Doing really intelligent suggestions, providing these suggestions in that context. And you can apply it to any type of work that you have now. I sometimes have called it AI assisted or knowledge assisted work. So that's another part of it. It's not fully automated, repetitive work. And sometimes you move, right? You see this and say, wait a minute, this exchange, I can completely automate it. Right. And I can make the natural language processing, the AI can be even more intelligent. Although today, still it's quite frustrating. When you call somebody, you have all these automated interactions, and then whether it's through a web application or through the phone, but then you go to a real agent. But in that context, also
Right.
you have assistant. And the third, which I leave with this, is the least understood and sometimes more challenging. There are many industries where people have a lot of expertise in their head, right? Like oil and gas is an example, and they're retiring. And they're taking this knowledge with them. Their cognitive world, their subject matter experts, there's years of experience. So the other part of intelligent automation, and in my opinion, that's is not still resolved. I mean, that's the opportunity for research, is to how you involve and automate some of the knowledge and of the cognitive world, how at least get them involved in the end-to-end processes, which is very important for the process professional. Once again.
One of our members who spent almost his entire career working in the government introduced me to the term of the gray wave.
Yeah.
And they're positively frightened that this knowledge of how the organization works and where these critical points are is walking out the door. So very much to your point. Now, if you take intelligent automation further out, do you start to run into things like blockchain, value chain? Where does it go as folks continue to develop those skills?
Absolutely, and that's a great question, because if you look at the various technologies, digital technologies, transformational technologies, there is a handful of them, and they're evolving. And in the foundation, you have connected devices, which is really exploding and generating a lot of data. And then especially in the inter-organizational communication, I'm not talking about cryptocurrency. This is just communication, sharing data. Blockchain is having a tremendous impact in areas such as supply chain. So absolutely. I invented this term, intelligent automation process of things, that I think you have posted the article. And so it's very important to view connected devices as well as legacy applications, etc., systems as part of these ecosystem for the potential of automation. I mean, it's interesting you mentioned IoT, because one of the biggest trends there is edge computing. We're pushing the intelligence and the automation, making those devices intelligent and take action versus what? Versus sending the data to the cloud, analyzing, and then deciding what to do. So that is very much the devices themselves are having automation, especially with edge computing, which is one of the hottest trends in IoT.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for that. And that topic, intelligent automation and many others, are covered in a great way in Dr. Setrag's new book. What I love about the approach is it's very readable and understandable. And if you're a process professional or beginning to think about what role you're going to play in digital transformation initiatives, we recommend you pick up a copy of this book. Thank you so much for watching.